Today's the biggest day in this entire project. We've been going, I think this is day 74. And you know what we got today? Legos. Woo! I ordered the Legos, a couple days ago now. And I got bags on bags on bags of Legos. Um, if you're new here, this probably doesn't make any sense. Let me give you a little bit of context. I've been designing a custom Lego set of my childhood home for my dad. So here's that set that I've designed. If I remove the roofs here, you can see we did all the interiors as well. True to, I've been using Zillow images to get this thing done because my parents raised us 6 kids in this house, had it custom built for our family, and then they sold it when the last kid moved out, sold it, moved to Hawaii. And so I want to make a memento for it, of it for my dad. You can see I've got posters that I made of the background, or in my background of the house plan set. And my dad, he and I always bonded over Lego. So I wanted a six set that would capture that relationship around Lego between me and him. And I wanted it of this house because it meant or means a lot to me and to him. And to my family as a whole. So anyway, I spend 20 minutes every day. I post daily on here, 20 minutes every day working on this set. And so now we are at the point where I ordered the pieces, and I'm working on the instruction manual. So I've got the pieces here, which is super exciting. As you can probably tell, let's get this close. That obviously looks a lot like this set here. Lots of white and brown, some black pieces in there, lots of brown, some green plants. Let me get to like one of these steps where you can actually see some of that. I guess on the instruction manual it's a little bit harder to see. But yeah, like here's the one where these little green ones go, right? So it's so fun to actually like see this in person now. So I need to get this, and it puts more pressure on this. The pieces weren't supposed to come for like another week, so I'm honestly hyped that they got here early. So I'm sure we're gonna find stuff that we need to fix or get more pieces or return pieces for. But yeah, so I think we're just gonna keep working on this. The instruction manual, it's actually a ton of fun, super satisfying. If you haven't done it yourself, go build a set and try this. It's actually a blast because you're just like, they call it peeling the onion, like you're just like taking off layer by layer, kind of dissecting the house. And it's helped me find a lot of things that I needed to fix, so that's good too. But yeah. So let's see, where are we at on this? I think we just did. Oh yeah, we just did the back patio after I moved out. My parents or my dad's, we bought a hot tub. We're all tall people. I'm 6'6". My dad's 6'4". My brothers are all 6'2", I think, and above. And so was my grandpa. I don't actually know how tall he was, but he really loved hot tubs, and we always really loved hot tubs because tall people, we end up with back problems, just lots of back pain. And so having something that like a hot tub or a sauna too that like relieves that back pain is so nice. Um, so let's add this. Let's see. How do I do this? If I want to go, like I want to make it so that, because these are all identical. So I want one step where we build them, another step where we plop them down. So I guess it probably already does that. Yeah, here we go. So yeah, it's already doing that. Let's go generate steps. Okay. Yeah, so here it'll like break that down. So if I go to the page design here, you can see this is where it actually lays out my things on like the classic Lego instruction manual vibe aesthetic. But wow, I got lucky there. I just clicked a random one. But you can see it'll like show you how to build this sub model. At the beginning, it should show, does it? Yeah, here we go. It says 5 times this, and then it'll like walk you through this step by step. And then after we go through all those steps, then it'll show you like where to put it, aka here. So that's actually great. And then once we have this the way we like it, then we can, is this gonna let me, just need to figure out how to do that exactly. but we'll figure it out. Maybe like that. Yeah, like that. So then you can easily see where it goes. Um, but yeah, so we'll come through and adjust these once we actually get to that point. I'm so hyped. This is actually looking legit. So yeah, let's get these steps made so I actually know how to make this dip set, and then I'll actually be able to use all these pieces to get it built. So I am so hyped about this. We're getting far into this project, and it's starting to actually be real. There was a minute there where I honestly considered not buying the pieces just because it is expensive. I think I spent 480 bucks on all these pieces I just got. There might be more on the way. I'm actually not sure about that. But let's go view steps. Steps. Perfect. Um, and so yeah, we'll see. But or oh no, sorry. I was initially thinking I might not even get them. But obviously I did, and I'm very glad I did because I realized like they're expensive, but it's not like I'm gonna do a project this big every day. And at the end of the day, um, yeah, I mean, I'm just not gonna do stuff like this often. So yeah, it's expensive, but it's like a one-time thing for a good cause for my dad. And my dad's paying for a lot of my wedding this summer. So you know what? At the end of the day, I'm still uh, I'm still uh, saving money. Girl math. um, okay, let's do. I want to generate steps from this. Perfect. That works. Okay. So yeah, at the end of the day, and obviously like growing up, he's done a lot for me. You know what I mean? Like, so I think it's okay to do this for him. And that's not exactly in my budget. So, and we'll survive. No biggie. Okay. And then let's go move to step after. Okay, there we go. Now that's actually part of this, so I like that. What else do we need to go through and strip down now? I'm like, do we go with internals? Or do we do this out exterior stuff? I feel like that's gonna be easier to do once the walls are down. Like if you're building this in person, like trying to fit those in, I think it's tough. So let's start with stuff that's higher up or more on the outside. We could do this area. I do like this actually. Yeah, let's get this one out. So let's go. Let's see. Yeah, I think we select a bunch. Let's go like this. Um, yeah, let's do that. And move these to step after. So yeah, so we're building up that. And then, oh, and actually, I guess we should have done these ones first because these come last. So here, let's move these down. There we go. So now you can see we're building the wall up and we're putting those on. That means this, we actually should have done like down a couple. There we go. So that's like kind of the final cap. Okay. We can do all these. Let's move this to the step after. Move these to the step after. Guys, I don't think you realize how excited I am to build this thing now that it's like actually coming together, like starting to be a real set, you know? I'm so hyped. Okay, oh, this has to move to some step. I must have missed it when I was going through. What? We're on step 155 right now, but what was the one where this step? So what is that, 180? So if we go back to 155, and we can just move this specific one to 180. There we go. So let's see. Now that we're kind of going, we're in the groove. What should we talk about today? Some days it's like I've got something burning on my mind. And there's other days I don't. Today I'd say is one of those days I don't necessarily. But let's see. I mean, my uncle came today, which is fun. He doesn't live here. Um, He lives across the country, but he'll travel for work, and he's always been good. Like even when we were in college, um, for me and all my siblings, like he always put in the effort to like reach out. Like he'd every time he came into town, he'd be like, "Hey, I want to take y'all out to lunch." Um, like or not to lunch, but dinner or whatever. Like took me and my siblings that were all going to college in the same area, and yeah, would just take us to dinner, buy us dinner, and just put in an effort, to have that like one-on-one relationship, which I'm definitely trying to do with my nieces and nephews. I've got they're all very young right now, um, but especially as they get older, because I remember like some of my other uncles, like obviously at like family functions and stuff, such we'd like I don't know, not necessarily hang out. What's the word? I don't know, just like play with our uncle. Um, but then as we got older, it kind of ended. Okay, like this was a terrible design here. I'm like trying to think, how do I want to fix that? Or do I? I don't know. Maybe we just leave it as is. I know that's terrible practice. Like that thing's like a cantilever by one. Like that's just not going to go well in real life. I guess it'll be kind of on top of this little piece there. So we'll leave it. We can always come back and fix it if we need, but um, I just want to get this set built. But yeah, and so it was always sick. Uh, like I always like I have fond memories of like playing with my uncles at the family functions. But then as I got older, I don't know, it just kind of ended. I don't know if just they got their own kids, so they got busy, or if it was like, I became an awkward teenager, um, and that kind of ended things. I don't know. But regardless, I was like, I'm definitely trying to keep in touch with my nieces and nephews, like this uncle has. Um, so anyway, that was fun. Um, let's see. I'm really just hyped about actually building this set. Um, it like definitely reminds me of those like years of building, like I actually have physical pieces. Like as cool as this has been building like creating the set, it doesn't have the same like I don't know what's the word, allure or I don't know what's the word. I'm not thinking of the right word. But of just like an actual physical set you can build with your hands, like that is just the funnest thing. Um I am hyped for like I live in an apartment now, but someday I'll have a house. And the thing I'm like one of the things I'm most hyped about, obviously there's a lot to be hyped about with a house, but it's just like being able to have a workshop, like a place where I always call it my maker shop, because it's like it wouldn't necessarily be, I don't know, not necessarily a traditional like it's not like a wood shop or anything like that, because I'm not even necessarily a big woodworker. Like never have been. Really just but it'd be where I could do stuff like this, right? Like I'd have my nice computer setup. Like I've got like four monitors, two work monitors, two personal monitors. Um, I can just like switch out. I've got the docking station, all that, so I can just switch out my laptop, work laptop versus personal laptop, and all that. Um, anyway, and so like a place where I'd have that, but like beyond that, like a soldering station and um, a okay, I'm trying to decide here. Do we keep going down on this one, or do we bring the whole thing down? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess since we're there, we might as well do the next layer since they're all even now. I'm like low-key going 3D print style where you kind of take it down layer by layer. Um, but yeah, and so going back to the idea of like a creator shop or creator space, um, I'm just like so hyped to have a space like that. Um, growing up, I had this Lego table, right? Like it's actually here under this bed, that my dad made for me. And he initially made it as like a place for me to store my Legos and play with Legos, and I'm sure partially to save his feet, so he wouldn't walk on the Legos in my room. But it let me like leave projects up, like work on big projects that weren't just like a single day, right? I wasn't just playing Legos. It was like start a project and work on it for weeks or whatever the case was. Um, oh yeah, this is looking awesome. So let's move these out of the way now. I don't think there's a right or wrong way to do this. Oh, But yeah, we've got this issue. That was one thing I was thinking about. Like, do we make this easily detachable? Honestly, thinking that we remove the submodel. But yeah, so I think that'd be so cool. Or like that was such a big change. I feel like it took it all from just took it from just like daily playing to like long-term projects, right? And so at least I've got like, a home office. Me and my fiance share, and I work here every day. But it's like I want like a dedicated shop space that like can have my projects that sit out day after day, and I make a little progress on them, right? Like it's worked for this because I can just I basically it's all in my laptop, so I can just like close my laptop and swap it out for my work laptop, and boom. Um, Where'd that other one go? Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, let's delete that step. Delete that step. Okay, there we go. So yeah, it'll let me do this kind of stuff physically, right? Like day after day, have the set out. Honestly, now that I say that, I don't know what I'm gonna do with these Legos because I won't build it all in one session. I'll still stream it, or not stream, but like have one consistent recording as I build it physically. I'll just like I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe I'll have. Can I? I might have to find a new software that lets me do two camera angles, so I can show you like the build piece and then also my face, I guess. Unless I just fully get rid of my face in the video. Um, yeah, I don't know. Either way, we'll work that out later. But the big thing is, oh, cool. We're finally getting down to these pieces. Honestly, I kind of like. I don't know. I'm like going back and forth between like, do we take down this one side, so you're kind of like building up a chunk of the house at a time, or do we go up layer by layer, almost like 3D printing? Um, I can really see either way. Let's see. This is gonna be a blast to build. Hopefully it looks good in person. Like that's the other thing I'm like, is it gonna look terrible in person, but it looks great on this thing? Not only is it functional, like are there pieces that are not gonna work, but like just how's it gonna look? Um, hmm. Yeah, so we could, I mean like this is almost a standalone thing, so I feel like that works to do it in a chunk. Honestly, same with this one. I kind of like taking this down at least as much as we can. And there's gonna be bits we can't. That's the only thing. There's gonna be like, well, this is a clean corner. Yeah, let's just take this down. Yeah. Okay. We're just gonna go layer by layer on this side, and then we'll kind of move on to the next bit, I guess. Um, yeah, like stuff like this that I just totally missed. Like there's definitely a missing piece in there that I just did not notice. Okay. I guess I should probably fix that before I forget about it. We're definitely gonna have to order some pieces after the fact, but I don't think that's a huge deal. Yeah, see that one in there? It's hiding from me. Okay. So yeah, getting a nice maker shop, and then obviously building out over time. This again, guys, this is my dream job. YouTube, like literally in high school. I mean, growing up, middle school, elementary school through high school is like I just loved making things ever since as long as I can remember. On the earliest family home videos, it was just like I was always making something and showing it off, and that just was always my favorite thing and still is. And so I've got a day job. It's not the worst thing in the world. Like I can't complain. Um, oh, like that's another big issue. That needs to be. Um, but at the end of the day, it's not my dream. You know what I mean? So it would be the dream come true just do YouTube full time. And like ultimately YouTube's just the way that I can, at least right now, it's the way I can think of to monetize my passion projects, like these just fun projects that like growing up as a kid, I would always just build. Um, and then as you get older, you get busy and perfect. Um, yeah, like I went to college and then I didn't have like a place to do it, so it got harder. I still did some of it. It was almost exclusively 3D printing because I brought my 3D printer to college. But then I was like short on money too, and obviously like then you're getting into like social stuff and like social life and deep into school and just trying to like prep to get a job and all that. And so yeah, it was definitely a I don't know. I miss that period of my life where I would just build all the time. And so I'm trying to get back to that, trying to revive that part of me. Um, my my boss today, he's like the most, I don't know, like he's a nice dude, but very like sales bro, very corporate, whatever. And he said something today about like, or yesterday, I think, about like, yeah, like I was like, he grew up in Hawaii and he was like, yeah, I was a lot like Jack Johnson's, like, your classic Hawaiian surfer guy. Um, and honestly, that spooked me. I think he meant it as like almost like a flex, like, look, I was cool back in the day, but it's like, but now you're like the most corporate, not drone, because he's very like, he's not droney, he's very charismatic and whatever, but it's like, I'm just not trying to be like him when I grow up, when I'm older. Like it just, the existential dread of that. Like if that's really where my life went, I would be so depressed. And so it's just like I need to change. It's like maybe it's the quarter life crisis speaking. Um, I'm 26 now, so maybe that's it. But ultimately, just that like, oh, I could not take it if yeah, if I ended up just doing the whole corporate thing my whole life. I couldn't. Um, yeah, but this stuff I love, and so I'm trying to do this full time. So yeah, support if you can. I don't have any like Patreon or anything like that. I guess eventually I'll probably do it, but right now it's literally just watch the videos, like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff, and I'll keep making daily videos. And once I'm done with this, I'll make one recap video and all that. And ultimately, yeah, I think it'll let me do what I've always loved doing. And I'm sure most of you watching or love doing of like just building, Um, okay, this one's gonna be a hard one to do. I guess I'll just put this in that step too. So yeah, actually that's not too bad. Um, like in real life, it's like you put these together and then plop them down. Okay, yeah, that's not too bad. And then these are attached to the wall, so we'll do this later. But yeah, now you can see there's my Lego table that I spent all my time at. So can't wait till I have a house and can do that again. But yeah, I just realized I didn't start my timer today, but we're already at 23 minutes. So I got to press pause for today. Unfortunately, I'm actually like just itching to build something. Oh, but I got to get this actual thing, like this instruction manual ready so I actually know where to build. Like, yeah, I can ad lib it, but I should have bought extra pieces, but I didn't. So I only have exactly the pieces I need to build the set exactly as it's laid out. So um, we'll get to it. But day by day, we're peeling the onion back, making great progress here. And I'll see y'all tomorrow.